Well, welcome to another edition of Update and Train. We're going to talk about today a couple of things. Tony's with us today, and we're going to look at some of the things we can do on our home page and in our dashboard to kind of make Train a little bit quicker. And then we're going to look at the two things, social media and the service request form. And Tony's the expert on those, and we'll kind of dive into those a little bit. First of all, let's talk about Train and the home page. When you log into the home page, you have the announcement area, and then you have the dashboard area. And you might have noticed over the last couple of weeks that you can't really search out courses or do anything until all of those items fully load on the page. And so we're taking some steps on our part to make that page load quicker, and we've got a couple ideas for you all too that you can try and maybe speed up the process. First of all, the announcements section, we're keeping that to a minimum. There's 3 announcements that will be always appearing on that section, and we're just trying to manage that, so that won't take long. And then the second piece that you can do is when you log in, you have 2 items. You've got the My Action items, and then there's the My Learning that you can expand. Under My Action items, Tony, we've got a couple of things that they can clean up in that area.
Right. They especially, number one, always finish your evaluations. Once you do your course, that'll eliminate. And then course ratings, make sure that we do complete those. A lot of people do tend to forget about those, but they are in there. Assessments, once we finish the course, take the assessment, then take the evaluation.
So that bar too, I don't know if you happen to have noticed this, that bar turns red, and it's normally gray, but it'll turn red, My Action Items bar, when you have things to do underneath that. So again, taking a moment and rating courses that you've completed in the past will help speed up things loading on that front page. Wanted to talk again, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but I want to kind of go back into it again, is when you do click on the My Learning, that expands, and there's a list of courses there that you're currently registered with, and if they happen to be a webcast or if it's a module, you can relaunch that module or webcast by clicking on any of those titles, going to the registration and clicking launch. But hidden a little bit below that, people are still getting a little bit confused, and Tony, you're getting calls too,
right,
on those 3 buttons. There's the Train Transcript, Current Courses, and Archive button. And we want you to be clicking on that Current Courses,
right, yes.
And that brings up,
It'll just bring up where you can mark yourself complete for the course. This is the Manage section of it. Instead of clicking on the title under the course in My Registration, you're going to click on the Manage button to mark yourself complete, or you can withdraw from the course. And this way, this will allow you to take the assessment and do the evaluation.
and again, all of our courses, don't matter the format, if you've attended a live event or a video conference or a module or a webcast, they're all kind of moving in the direction where they all will have to be managed in this manner, where you'll have to click on the current courses, find the course title, and click the M Manage button that's adjacent to it and mark it complete. And this is even for modules and webcasts.
Right.
They're not all that way at the moment. We're transitioning that, and eventually all modules will be. And so there's going to be directions for each module in the description page to let you know how to complete that. Another thing that came up this week was the person that had taken an assessment, and they were kind of curious of the questions they missed, and they wanted to go back and look at those questions. And you get to that by clicking on the button below the courses again under My Learning of your Train Transcript.
Right.
And one of the columns is the scoring column, and there's a link in there that you can click on, and it'll bring that assessment up, and you can scroll through that assessment. It displays it question by question, and it'll tell you in the lower left if you got that one correct or you've got it, if you missed it. You can't make any changes, you can just look at what was submitted. But that's one way you can kind of tell how you did on your courses. wanted to talk a little bit again on that home page when you log in. Under the announcements section is the Education Workforce Development Branch service request form. And can you tell us, Tony, a little bit about what that form is and why would people be interested in using it?
Right, yes. The Education Workforce Service Request Form is for anybody in the field at Department for Public Health to request our services. This can be from meeting rooms that we provide at DPH or video conferences, continuing education. Very simple form, it's all online. We used to have an Excel form, but this one's a lot easier. Through that, you're going to go mark your required section at the top, and then you'll go through, and if you choose meeting room, video conference, whatever you are requesting, fill that part out, go to the very bottom, hit submit, and then it'll come to our mailbox.
Oh, okay.
So
it's all web-based. You
Right.
click on that link, and it brings you to that website where you're
Right,
filling this
yes.
form out. Now, there's other places to get to that form too. We can get through. You have to be logged into Train,
Right, yes.
but you also, where else can you find this link?
You go, if you do DPH website under Education Workforce Development, it's under there. It is also on our Facebook page and blog
Oh,
for
okay.
social media.
So we've been using the Facebook for a few months now, and quite a few people have liked it. And so what is the advantage of liking our Facebook page or following our blog?
Well, Facebook page is kind of an easier way to find information and updates that we do for Train.
Okay.
For instance, for video conferences, we do have the meeting room numbers on there, any description that you can find, as well as webcasts. If people weren't able to attend the video conference and now they're looking to find the webcast, we have the Train course number on there that they
Okay.
can go in.
Those webcasts, that's a good point to bring up here, is people tend to think those webcasts are immediately available after the video conference, and they are available pretty soon, but they do take time to put those archived webcasts after a video conference on Train, and so a few days may go by, or
Right.
maybe even a couple of weeks in some
Yeah,
cases, depending
yes.
on how many video conferences are occurring and the sophistication of the conference. Now, that would be a good reason to be liking a Facebook page, because you're going to post on the Facebook page when those archived video
Right,
conferences
yes.
are available.
Yes.
You mentioned the MRN number. Still
Right.
get some calls on that, don't we?
Yes,
Where else can they
unfortunately.
find that MRN number?
MRN is also on the Train calendar. And this, you don't have to be logged into Train. You can just go onto the Train webpage and click on calendar. And if you go to the video conference, you'll see in big, bold letters the meeting room number. As well as for video conferences that they don't use for registration on Train, we do have non-Train events on the calendar.
Okay. And they don't have to be logged in. They
Right.
can just go to the Train website, click
Right.
on the calendar link at the top of the page, and it'll bring that calendar up.
Correct.
So more and more people are getting used to that, and yes, we've got font size at a
Yes.
giant size and yellow and red, so you can't miss it. So that seems to be working out pretty good. Okay, well, very good. Again, thank you for watching today, and we're monitoring emails and phone calls as they come in. We'll come back to you in a couple weeks with things that come up in Train during the next couple of weeks, and talk about tips and tricks and things. Hopefully, this will make your Train experience a little bit easier and
quicker.
better. So, thank you for joining us today.
I know. We have to do it in the morning for now on.